How's it going, you guys? AZPlow21 back again with another episode of our UFC save in WMMA 5, and today we have UFC Fight Night NAURDIEV versus Covington, a possible title eliminator in the welterweight division. In our main event, ISMAEL NAURDIEV has possibly a chance to fight for a title if he can get over Colby Covington. Here today, also got Paul Felder, Charles Oliveira, Korean Zombie, Sergio Pettis, Rafael Sunsao. Pretty good fight card here today. Take a look at the prelims if you would like to. We are making our way towards UFC 289, Till versus Costa. 2 title fights in that pay-per-view in total. The next pay-per-view after that is UFC 290, Sandhagen versus Wood. The main event being a bantamweight championship fight between Corey Sandhagen and Nathaniel Wood. I'm AZPlow21. I appreciate you guys as always. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter using the links in the description below. Let's get into it. NAURDIEV versus Covington. Show taking place in Minnesota. Let's go ahead and get started with our first prelims, which is Bruno da Silva taking on Chris El Guapo Gutierrez in the bantamweight division. And Chris Gutierrez knocks him out 30 seconds into round number 3, now on a 2-fight winning streak. Congrats, Chris Gutierrez. Adriano Moraes taking on Benito Golden Boy Lopez in the bantamweight division, and it's Adriano Moraes getting the TKO victory in round number 3. He is now 1-1 in his UFC career. Moving on, Shane Burgos taking on Gilbert Melendez. Definitely a veteran of the octagon. Gilbert Melendez has not had the most impressive time in his time being here, but he knocks out Shane Burgos in round number 3. He is now 4-8 in his UFC career, and he's on a little bit of a winning streak, so good for Gilbert. Good for Gilbert. Frank the Crank Camacho taking on Vink Pichel in the 155 division. Vink Pichel, 40 years of age. Old man's getting up there in age, taking on Frank Camacho, but Vink Pichel gets a TKO victory in round 3 in what was a fantastic fight. You absolutely love to see it. Natan Schultz taking on Chris Saunders in the 155 division. Natan Schultz, I believe he's in the UFC currently. He's been in the PFL before. Chris Saunders, 23-9, 1-1 in his UFC career. And it is Chris Saunders who knocks out Natan Schultz in round number 2. The fight was rated as being fantastic. You love to see it. And he wants to fight Leo Kuntz. Moving on to the next fight, G.A. Bin takes on Jamie Malarkey in the lightweight division, and it's G.A. Bin getting a split decision victory over Jamie Malarkey. He is now 1-1 in his UFC career. Next is Bekzad Abdurakhmanov taking on Yoshiki Nakahara in the lightweight division, and it's Nakahara giving Bekzad only his second loss of his career via submission in what was a good fight. He improves to 3-1 in his UFC career. The young man from Japan. Next is Gary Tonan taking on Joe Lauzon. Tonan, 9-1. He's 2-1 in his UFC career. Lauzon, veteran of the octagon. He's been here for a long time. He's been here since he was, it looks like, 13-3. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, but I have a soft spot for Joe Lauzon, so he's going to stick around even if he's losing, all the way up until he retires. Tonan, very good jiu-jitsu practitioner, and he gets the win via heel hook on Joe Lauzon here today. And he wants to fight Jai Herbert. RBM saying, let's go, Joe. That's tough. My boy in a 4-fight losing streak, but oh well. I remember seeing videos of him and his brother fighting in the backyard. Those are always pretty funny to watch. Kiamrian Abasov taking on Magomed Ismailov. I believe this is in the middleweight. Yep, the middleweight division. Abasov 26-6, Ismailov 19-5-1. Pair of guys from Eastern Europe going at it, as it's Abasov who gets the win, his 27th of his career. He is now 2-0 in the UFC. Wellington Turman would probably be a great contest, is what she says. And next we have a featherweight contest between Sinead Kavanaugh and Bunmi Ojawole. 6-foot-tall Ojawole, 8-1. 2 wins in Invicta. Other than that, she was in 1 fighting championship. Takes on Sinead Kavanaugh, number 4 featherweight in the division, number 7 in the world. She's coming off a win over Sanaya Yarbrough in Bellator. And your winner in this featherweight contest is Sinead Kavanagh. Unanimous decision victory over Ojewole, giving her just her second loss of her career. This Justin Gary has just been shot. We will not seek justice because justice has been found. So Sinead Kavanagh getting her 11th win of her career. She trains at SVG Ireland with Conor McGregor. So you can imagine he's probably helping her out a little bit. We've arrived at the main card. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez taking on Krzysztof Jotko in the, I believe, light heavyweight or middleweight division. Middleweight division. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez is kind of a weird prospect, but in real life, he's doing pretty good for himself. Just got a big win over Rodolfo Vieira, and Krzysztof Jotko just lost to Sean Strickland, I believe, in real life. Not 100% sure, but he's on a 4-fight losing streak. So if Jotko loses, despite him being the number 17 middleweight in the division, we might just send him down to WEC because he's not having a good time right now. And Fernandez is the odds-on favorite, and he does send Jotko down to the WEC, sadly, via a leg lock in round number 1. So Hernandez, I believe, is on a 3-fight winning streak now. Yeah, 3-fight winning streak. So good to see. He might actually be ranked after this over Jotko because Jotko is going to get sent down. Dominique Wooding taking on Said Nurmagomedov in the bantamweight division. Wooding is ranked at number 25 in the division after coming in from Bellator. Fought recently for the Bellator Championship as well. And Said Nurmagomedov, number 19 in the division, coming off a win over James Gallagher. And it's Dominic the Black Panther Wooding getting a win over Said Nurmagomedov. A big win in his UFC debut, improving to 15-4 in the process. Rafael Assunção taking on Sergio Pettis in this bantamweight contest. We all remember seeing Rafael Assunção get knocked out by Cody Garbrandt very violently, unfortunately. And you can see recently he beat Cody Garbrandt. And on the other side, you have Sergio Pettis, 13-6 in the UFC. Obviously, his older brother Anthony in PFL. Currently in real life, he's in Bellator. And you can see he's on a 3-fight winning streak, including Eddie Wineland, John Dodson, and Yadong Song. Number 16 in the division right now, and that is probably going to change after he knocks out Rafael Assunção with 13 seconds left to go in round number 2. Assunção is getting up there in age. He might be close to retiring if he keeps getting losses like that. Korean Zombie, 18-9 in his career, taking on Hamzat Dalgiev at -400. 16-4 is his record. Sucks that we can't have Hamzat Chimaev in this save. I'm sure there's a way that I can import him, but I don't want to mess anything up with this, with the database and all that kind of stuff. So, with that said, Korean Zombie and Hamzat Dalgiev. Korean Zombie, number 12 in the division, coming off a loss to Calvin Kattar. Before that, he beat Ryan Hall. And Dalgiev on the other side lost to Jose Aldo and then beat Ryan Hall in his own right. And Dalgiev knocks out Korean Zombie in the first round. Dalgiev certainly going to shoot up the rankings, but yikes, Korean Zombie getting another knockout loss, especially after the one that he had to Yair Rodriguez. That's really got to suck. Time for our co-main event of the evening. The Irish Dragon, Paul Felder, taking on Charles de Bronx Oliveira. I'm going to be in Houston next weekend, and it's crazy to say next weekend because it's already next weekend, to watch Charles Oliveira fight for the lightweight championship against Michael Chandler. I'm sure it's going to be a good time. Paul Felder in game, number 11 in the division, coming off 2 straight wins over Michael Johnson and Rustam Kabalov. Before that, he lost to Bekzad, which is not the best loss, but what are you going to do? Oliveira not having a good time in this game. He's lost 4 out of his last 6 fights. He's coming off a win over Mirbek Taisimov. Still number 9 in the division, despite the trouble that he's been having. And he's a big favorite over Paul Felder, and apparently with good reason. Submits Paul Felder in round number 3. So having a bad time, but I mean, that's 2 straight wins for him. So, and he wants to fight Dustin Poirier. That could be an interesting call out and one that we might actually get to see. Time for our co-main event. It's time for our main event of the evening, as it is ISMAEL NAURDIEV taking on COLBY Chaos Covington. Can't wait for that fight to end in a draw. Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. Please don't say that. Also, Nate Diaz no longer on that card in Houston, but they moved it to Arizona, and I live in Arizona, and I'm probably going to that pay-per-view anyways. So, sucks for the Houston card, but it doesn't really matter because I'm probably going to end up seeing that fight anyways. Colby Covington recently was in the Super Lightweight Grand Prix, lost to Usman, and then lost to Moicano in the opening round. NAURDIEV on the other side is on a 4-fight winning streak. Leonardo Santos, Takashi Sato, Gilbert Burns, and Rafael dos Anjos. He gets a win today. He is more than likely fighting for the welterweight championship of the world. It's our main event here today. Let's go ahead and get into it. Your referee is Herb Dean. Let's see. I feel like NAURDIEV might take this one just because of momentum. Momentum can really be more important than skill in this game sometimes, especially with the betting line. You know, like, something's got to give. Especially considering Covington is coming off 2 losses already. Like, something's got to give. NAURDIEV coming in closer, can't connect with a head kick. 2 jabs land from Colby. Right head kick. NAURDIEV taking the initiative. Landing a right head kick. A cut opens up. Punch from NAURDIEV fails to land, getting him into a clinch. Gets out wrestled. 60 seconds left to go in round number 1. Covington backed up against the cage. Covington. A little dirty boxing to end round 1, and NAURDIEV wins the first round. You think the Diaz fight is still going to be 5 rounds? Apparently it is. Yeah, it has 2 title fights on that card. So, sick right head kick. It's a knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, Herb Dean calls a stop to the contest at 43 seconds of the second round. Your winner by knockout, ISMAEL, the Austrian wonder boy, NAURDIEV. But, referring to your question about the Diaz fight, I still think it's going to be 5 rounds because Diaz wants to be able to say, hey, yo, I'm in the main event, you know, like I'm going 5 rounds, that kind of stuff, which is the reason why his fight was going to be 5 rounds in Houston, because he was like, I'm the main event, bitch, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, NAURDIEV knocks out Colby Covington, and so he's going to be the #1 contender now. Love to see it. There was a couple fantastic fights on this card. And oh god, I gotta sneeze so bad. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and give it to Pachel and Camacho. Performance bonus for Chris Saunders. Let's see. Performance bonus for Dalgiev. And I'm feeling nice. Performance bonus for these guys as well. Alrighty. A little profit on that card. Not the end of the world, but yeah. I'm excited for that fight, the Diaz fight with Leon Edwards. As long as Leon Edwards is okay for it, I'm guessing it'll be fun. Apparently he had a little injury. Everyone was saying, no, just cancel the fight and have someone else fight Leon. But, like, no, I want to watch Nate Diaz fight. And Nate Diaz fighting Leon Edwards, like, that's good for Leon, too. You have to keep that in mind. Like, if Leon beats Nate Diaz, that's a big deal for him, you know? Because then you really can't deny him the title shot after that, you know? Especially considering, you know, the lack of contenders and whatnot. Because Usman's already beaten, you know, Leon somewhere down the line. But, you know, things can change. It's been a couple years, I believe, since they fought. Wonderboy can't get the job done. Maybe Austrian Wonderboy can. 2 young killers going head to head. Yeah, gotta love it. You got to love it. Vicente Luque, I don't know if anyone's gonna be able to dethrone him in this game, though. He's just way too good. Like, getting rid of Wonderboy like that. I mean, beating. Sheesh. It's crazy, you know. Beating GSP. He might even move up or move down, I guess, to challenge for the super lightweight title at a point, but I don't think I would want to do that just because I wouldn't want to log jam that division. Abasov 2-0 in his career, so let's go ahead and re-sign him. Love to see it. Looks like Lauzon needs to be renewed. Not sure. Ismailov 2-3. Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and renew him. 2-3, that's fine. Bekzad needs to be renewed. He's had a tough time recently, but still a pretty good prospect. We'll keep him around for sure. 32 years old, I'm not really sure how much of a prospect he is, but, you know, early in his UFC career, I guess you could say. Gustavo da Silva, 3 out of his last 4 fights have been losses. 32 years old. 3-4 in his UFC career. Go ahead and get rid of him. Gutierrez, on the other hand, coming off a win. Keep him for sure. Krzysztof Jotko. 5 losses in a row. Let's update our rankings first of all. Let's update our rankings. See what's popping. Nothing at heavyweight. Nothing at light heavyweight. At middleweight, Brendan Leeser is in at number 25. And I do not see Krzysztof Jotko. So he's gone. And he's probably going to be gone from the UFC. So everyone wave goodbye to Krzysztof Jotko. At welterweight, there he is. ISMAEL NAURDIEV is number 2 in the division. He has a meeting. He has a meeting. Why? Who's fighting Luque? Who did I set to fight Luque? Oh yeah, it's because I'm having Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley's fighting him. Or that depends. Is Naurdiev good to go? 6 days? Ooh, sorry, Tyron. Yikes. I did not think it would be that quick for Naurdiev, the turnaround. But yeah, Naurdiev's good to go, so he's going to fight Luque on that pay-per-view. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's see, where did I go? Yeah, there he is. At lightweight, Oliveira up to number 6. Felder all the way down to number 16. Featherweight, Dalgiev all the way up to number 7. Korean Zombie down to number 18. Bantamweights, Pettis all the way up to the top 10. And Asuncao down to number 14. Wooding up to 23. Nurmagomedov down to 22. Flyweight, no movements. Women's featherweights, Kavanaugh stays at number 4. Nothing at bantamweight. Flyweight, Na Liang getting in from Invicta. And then at strawweight, there is no movements. All right, so you probably could find a way to say no to Leon if he does win, like Nate wasn't even ranked. So I know, but it's Nate Diaz, so that's more important to the UFC than actual rankings. If the rankings were the end-all be-all, then Alexander Rocket should be fighting for the title instead of Yuri. But it is what it is. So that's going to do it for this episode. UFC 289, Till versus Costa is the next time I'll see you guys. I'm AZPlow21. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter in the links down below. And I will see you at the fights.